Greetings and welcome back to Sengoku Dynasty. We're a long way from Sasogi, it turns out. We're still journeying back. If you remember at the end of the last episode, I talked about how I was going to head back around north of the monastery and see what we could see. And that's exactly where we're at. So we're going to tour around hoping that there are some refugees hiding out about in this area. We also have the temple quest to turn in for Ryujin. There's deer over here, which is fine. Interesting. There's quite a bridge over here as well. Nice. Well, this is a fun thing to find. A large mound or hill area, mountainous, kind of hilly area, and no mine, unfortunately. This would have been nice if there was a mine in this area, right? My guess is there's not. Ooh, is that actually a thing? Well, it is a broken down cart, so it's not much of what I was hoping for. I was hoping for refugees. Oh, not a lot of good stuff. It's what it is. I'll take it. It's not bad, right? So it's stuff that we can have. It's not nothing, but it's not a lot of good. Not a lot of great stuff here. I was hoping to find a refugee along this area. Not so much of no luck. This is another boar zone, so here we are heading up the hill. It looks like we're going to see boars at this point. There's a lot of deciduous trees here, and they're very tall. I wonder... This is premium deciduous, that's good news. Now, these boars will come after us, so we might as well just get the drop on them. Start things off the right way. Luckily, they have to take a little time to get their animation down. Something I will recommend to y'all, again, the whole idea, make sure that you're getting your arrows back from them when you harvest from them. They don't disappear right away, but it is tricky sometimes to actually get your arrow back. I've got one stuck in this guy that I can't get at. Alright, something I will recommend is when you're fighting the boars, it doesn't really seem like your draw strength changes based upon how much you pull your bow back. So for those who play Medieval Dynasty, you know, you have to draw all the way back to maximize your strength. I've kind of come to find that if I just get an arrow in the bow, as long as I'm getting a headshot, that's all that matters. The damage isn't exactly rising as I draw up, as I pull the string back. So for me, that kind of means that I can... Oh, no room for my extra arrows. That's unfortunate. I'm not going to be interested in these mushrooms, am I? That's a lot of fresh time. Does it give me any... It says edible. We'll just eat them up. Oh no, and the boar, it unspawned. We're done. Okay, well, oh well. Ooh, there's an arrow stuck in the gobo. Alright. Well, anyway, so what I found is that you just draw an arrow back as quick as you can, you'll get a maximized hit. It's okay. Just get the headshots. That's the key. Okay, no space for item. That means I'm at the top of my stack for this. Fortunately for arrows, you kind of have to pull them back to put them back in. 6 arrows later, I don't think it'd be worth it. We'll just head out of here. We have a good collection of items. Oops. And then I stumble upon our friend. Alright, so to go at that idea, there's a quick draw. There we go. We'll go back a bit. There we go. So we're getting just a quick draw up on things, and then you fire your arrow and you're getting all the damage you need right off the bat, which is convenient, at least early on with this, because those boars do come at you quick, and I'm really curious how the bear are going to be when we see them in the game. I'm kind of curious. They're going to take a lot of hits, I'm guessing. That's going to be quite a thing. I'm hoping they give lots of resources. I'm hoping that they immediately start us off with that the bears give you a lot of good resources. Alrighty, not the most recommended thing in the world to cross a river in your clothes in the winter, but let's just go for it. So this is a pretty area. Nice little overlook. Could have a small village up on the top of there. Some ruins. Now, is this a new one for me? I don't think I've frequented this area. So this is slightly new for me in the sense that it's been a while if I can remember if this is something I've been to before. It's neat, a little ruined area. Just another place that makes the environment more active and more lived in, if you will. If I remember right, here we are, there's a shrine over here. I'll take you to some POIs, and if I remember, there's a mine over here. We'll come back for that. So this could be a good... Ah, that's even better. A refugee in the area. Perfect. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Come to me, friend. You have been journeying for a long time. Let's have you settle down somewhere. And what's your story? Many bandits? The wars started and there was nobody left to defend and the bandits took you out. Well, why don't you come live with us? But unfortunately, in Nata, I'm going to have to look that up. So I put up that map last time. And I found what is a Sasogi location in Japan. But I'm going to look again, because now I need to figure out where the Nata region is. Or Nata region is. Now these, I don't think these are unlocked quite yet, so you'll notice that the doors are shut on them. I believe in the future we'll see more going on with this. Alright, well anyway, let's go back over to this area and talk about that mine. If I remember right, this is the mine that has the large stone in the way, which means that you cannot get in there until you have steel tools. And I decided in my previous playthrough to, aim at this. I was like, okay, well this mine must be good. There's a stone in the way. There's got to be tons of resources in here. This will be so cool. Here we go. And then I came to discover that it's not that great. So this is a birch forest. Very pretty. No premium trees, no premium deciduous so far. That's a thing. A lot of stone. Ah, so this is just a stone pathway. This could be neat. You could do some fun things with this area, I think. Japanese beach, not premium again. Okay, so it's kind of a neat pathway. You could have some fun with this, I believe. Is adding some things in here, getting creative with that space. This is another interesting area. We'll have to see. I know that there is a mine in this area, the one that I'm talking about with the large stone in the way. It is around here. And in the far, far distance, you may be able to see it right now, I see a refugee's lean-to, and I see more boars. Boars, boars, boars. So many boars. Oh, I know why. I think I'm getting slightly turned around. This is where I want to go for that. I don't want to forget about our refugee that we just spotted out here, so let's get that. That's important. We need more people. We're going to do lots of projects. We are going to maximize our project work this time around. That's the goal. Getting all of the cool things. And then we're going to be essentially done with this version of the game, the early access, at least in this phase of it, before Kintsugi. After Kintsugi, I am very much looking forward to seeing what we can do. I'm thinking that there will be more options for us, that there will be more things we can do, and I'm definitely excited about that. But for now, a lot of different mushrooms that we can get in this area. A lot of grasses. This is a good region to build in as well. We have a lot of natural and water sources, swampy areas, things that could be used for rice paddies. A lot of space, by the way, as well. Look at this expansive area. Oh, there it is. Is that really the one? It must be. A lot of expansive flat space. This, wow, this is a lot of flat terrain to build on. So this spot, nice convenient place to build. My original village, where did I build in that playthrough that I've mentioned a few times before? I want to say it's right around here. I know it was west of Iwasaki. It's in the area where you have a watchtower that's already built for you, and it kind of drops down into this little valley that has a mine in it. I loved that area, and I think I've seen other people who have gone and built in that area too, because it is really nice. It's got a great shape to it, it's gorgeous, it's fun. And it's got a mine. Hello, how did you get here? The usual, oh man, oh. They decided to, so he brings divorce letter. Oh, why don't you come live with us? I'm sorry for your loss. And that they didn't find value in you, we will find value in you. So here, I mean, just look at this. There's a lot of build potential here. And there's the area we were just looking at before. Alright, let's head this way. I see another camp, which means probably another refugee, but it could also be a bandit. I do believe that on the other side of that mountain, that's the mine that I'm telling you about. Spoilers, the mine's not that good. You break down that rock on the outside with your steel pickaxe thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to be the biggest mine ever because I had to work so hard to get into it. No, there's really not much in there. The amount of iron you can get out of it's pretty small. And I was kind of sad. I was like, oh, I'm not going to build here if I have a tiny mine. But it was still fun to find, of course, and that is another great aspect of things. Fishing boat. Let's see here, anything good? Well, nothing that I can have. Ah, this is the problem with me deciding that I was going to gather some logs before I went home. I wanted to have some logs ready so when we got back I could do something with them. And here we go, building things and running through areas. There's the tower I was talking about and the village location. Let's get our person, or hunt our bandit. And if we hunt a bandit, I may decide against it. Just because, at this point, I don't have space in my inventory to take all the things I want to take from them. They'll probably have a decent Yari, and I want to make sure we can get at that. Ah yes, more food, of course. Well, we can come back to that. Oh, cat says hi. We can come back to that. Ah, piggies. Piggy, 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 can't you see? I don't really want to hunt you right now. I got plenty of stuff on me. I believe you can actually see some of the stuff we're going to get to shortly here. Alright. Part of this river area that's really nice is that you have a large deposit of clay on this area. You have a large collection of grass that you can harvest if you so need to. As soon as you start your farming operations, you won't need that anymore. Here we are. There's a watchtower here, which I thought was great for the lookout, and I built my own watchtower at the edge of it over here. So here it is. This is a wonderful build location. The only problem with it, of course, is strategically speaking, if your main population is hiding down here, then you're just waiting to get pummeled with arrows from above. So you are putting your people in a small space that's not the best, per se. But you do have a lookout tower, and we could essentially hope that you would stage your battle up there, right? But there's a mine right here. Convenient. And here's a great build location. Not quite exactly where I thought it was, is it? It's right about here. Not bad. One of the things that can be really beneficial since we have all these bells is that we can simply place a warp. In other words, I can put down a bell somewhere where I want to be able to teleport, essentially, where I want to just be able to fast travel to one spot to another spot. I used to have to do that because you couldn't go to the monastery. You just couldn't fast travel the monastery. It wasn't there yet. That was the only place that didn't have a bell, so you'd have to run from Aratani all the way to here. So my thought was I'll put a bell up here. You obviously don't need that tip because it's fixed. You have a teleport location for that now. Let's head back. Grab me a sip of coffee. I don't really want to build here again since I already did. I think in this playthrough we're going to build by the coast. Oh, Cat really wants to say hi. Cat says hi. Alrighty, here we go. I think we already did the small bridge project in this region. If we did not, then I just discovered why I have all my logs. Interesting. I do still see the icon up there. That being the case, there might be a little something that we can take care of while we're here. Getting more dynasty points is our goal, and is the most important thing for getting your tech up. Oh, look at that. That's definitely a small bridge project. Alright, that's good news. Alright, so we go to basic structures, we go to special project. Now, one of the problems we're going to have is that there's really not a lot of easy placements for this one. We're going to have to compete a little bit with the environment. There we go. This is the spot they must have left for us to work on. Oop. No, it's not. Okay, that being the case, we might actually have to do some chopping and removing. Yeah, I do believe we're going to have to do some chopping. Shoot, that's too bad. Because I have so many things. Alright, so let's drop you. And we have debarked coniferous because I harvested some trees while I was out wandering in the monastery area. There we go. We'll take this tree out. That'll give us some more logs, which we will need anyway. That's great. But we also... I don't think I have a shovel on me, do I? Do actually. Convenient. Now this is going to remove that tree forever. Alright, so that's part of the problem with doing that, is that I have now removed that tree from the game. It is permanently gone. Which is a little unfortunate, I guess, but we don't need to worry about that. Oh, how about that? We do need to worry about me trying to chop down a tree with a hammer. That's not going to work out. take you out. You're just going to give us firewood. There was, you might have seen that before, there was a broken down wagon behind us. I haven't gone to it yet. I did see it, and we will get to it. It's just right now, I really want to get this all set up. Ah, yes, no more space. Okay, now I believe we're set. Are we, though? Are we? Are we? Darn it. No, we are not. Goodness, this is going to be... Oh, and there was actually a little spot here. Okay, we'll just go for it. Well, oh well. We tried. we tried. I failed. Alrighty. We'll build this thing up. Because honestly, this is a quick and easy one to get done. It's not a bad idea. Whenever you see these things out and about, just take care of them. Why not? We will need more planks. That's fine. Oh, actually, what am I doing? Do I have an adze with me? Do I have an adze? I do. Now, this is inefficient, obviously. We get... Oh, I need just the logs, actually. There we go. Just the logs and just the planks. It is inefficient because the plank... You get a small amount of planks from these in comparison to what you would have gotten if you actually took it to your woodworking station. Ah, no space for the item. Well, that's because this arrow thing is going on. So we'll just redo that. And we'll build... Oh, and now I'm out of stones. So... Oh, no. So this is the problem with carrying around these stone axes, is they break a lot. And it's not terrible because you don't go through them... Yeah, you don't go through them overly fast, but, I mean, certainly. It's not like they're really strong and really endurant. I mean, you really do go through them quite fast, all things considered. Okay, let's get this back. Finish up this project and then move along. Am I going to have room for bamboo? Now we do. I can't harvest the bigger trees with the axe that I'm using. Looks like I have another axe down there. I crafted it, but it fell down, so we'll go for that in just a moment. But we will place some of our items first, since we're at that spot, that time. We are going to need a bunch of bamboo, so we'll just go for it. And this whole stamina bar regeneration, it is nice. Make sure you keep your character well fed. It helps out a lot. And before the end of this day, I would really very much like us to get to our village and then get to the Ryujin Temple. So I think what we'll do is we may take a turn here. I don't know as we need to run overland home. We have a few refugees. In this game, you don't have to worry about the happiness. They're not going to be happy or sad based upon not having a home or whatnot, so it's a little early on for that. So I don't need to assign my people yet. It just becomes a quest that I can do. There we go. Now let's change our resource. We added our resource, and let's change our resource to planks. We added our resource. Now we can pick up our hammer again. And now it's time to harvest away. In this area, what I'll do is I'll just chop down the trees. And in chopping down the trees, we can let them regrow. I'm not going to be here for a long time. And the trees do grow. Wow, kicking that tree. Kicking you out of here. The trees do grow back over seasons. But we are not doing any permanent damage here. We're not going to take these down and leave them gone permanently. I'm not going to do any more stump taking. I only did that because I thought I needed to. And what we'll do instead is we'll just leave this area nice. And things will regrow. We'll come back here in some point in time and be amazed at how much they've come back. Alright, I think we're at the point where we are done with logs. Let's place those in here. Change the resources to logs, and we are good. Change the resource to plank. We are obviously not good. Drop these. Oops, wrong key. It's 5 of them. I'm going to get these down to sticks, since I really prefer having sticks from these, and then we'll use the adze to take them down. I don't really need the bark. I can get a lot more bark when I am at my woodworking station. Alright, obviously the adze is not as efficient as the other thing, so what we'll do now is we'll fast forward just a little bit, and I'll see you at the other side of all this work. And we're done. There we are. All set. Alright, now let's go get this. Anything good in here? Monk clothes. I was going to build those. And a monk hat. Oh, perfect. That's actually something I was going to get. Oh, it doesn't want us to stack. Okay. Still not fully scripted for some of the things that it can do. Oops, there we go. Now, that's what I actually wanted. I want to wear monk clothes. I think that's cooler. Oh, sorry. We have to strip before we can put on clothes. That's the way things are kind of worked out right now. We'll build a cooler hat. Yeah, there we go. I like the monk look. That's my favorite. Alright, now, I said I was going to do the Iwasaki tour, or the Iwasaki warp. Let's do that, now that we have this all set. Onward we go, skipping through trees, running back to Iwasaki. And we do have a vendor out here who we can definitely trade with. Now, what's really entertaining is you have paper bark, huh? We're not ready for this resource yet. But I want it, because honestly, it's hard to come by. I haven't actually had a lot of luck getting this stuff. I want it. I actually was, it's going to sound silly, but I was really hoping that he had rot, of all things. I wanted him to have rot so I could just buy rot off of them. You know, you can buy my bark. I don't need these, and I'm not getting good money for it. I just don't need them in my inventory. I could sell the fat to him because it's not doing much for me right now. There's not a lot you can do with fat. It's okay, we'll get there. Alright, and let's get to Iwasaki because we're running out of daylight here. And what I'll probably do with the evening in the village is I think it's going to be time for us to consider our area. Maybe adding some houses. Nice, socks. Injured refugee and bandit clothes. Well, this will help our villagers have clothing. It's one of the needs that villagers have. I don't think it is implemented yet, so that being said, it's not something you have to deal with yet in our current state of the game. That does not mean it's a permanent feature, that it won't be there, right? So in the future, most likely we will have to deal with that, and I'm here for it. Love this tree. Great decoration on there. Alright, where's our warp? Let's get ourselves to Zabel. I might even consider, while we're here, buying some iron. And again, why am I spending all my money on things? Because, honestly, I don't have any other reason for it. I have 600 coin that I'm not doing anything with. Why keep it? Nope. I don't need Yoichi's food. Let's see. It can be convenient for me to just buy the resources so I don't have to mine the resources. And it's not like mining them is terribly hard. It's just, that's going to cost 8. Do I care? What's that going to cost us? 160? I'll be back. I'll be back and I'll sell you a bunch of roasted meat and you're going to be set. Nice. 50 though, huh? I bet you we can make these. I might just buy those. I mean, what am I doing? I mean, why do I think that I'm taking this money with me? I'm not taking this money anywhere with me. I don't need the cash. We can use the coin to make our place look nice. Let's do that. Now, I unfortunately got myself a little turned around for where the bell is. So let's get back to the bell. I do love the decorations, the lighting in here. We're about to go home, which unfortunately is not well lit yet. But that's a thing that I want to cure. I want to make this village have beautiful lighting here. And that's something that I think we will work on. Piece of firewood fall out of you? I'm curious. It's getting dark out here, so what I'll do is let's just assign our villagers, because that you can see with ease. We have a couple people who need a home. For now, we're going to cram everybody in tight. Unfortunately for them. We're going to get them into homes in their temporary sense. Let's just get them a place where they can be safe. Beautiful sunset. And then what I want to do is I want to start our thoughts on lighting. I'm curious how that'll work out. Matter of fact, let's see what we can do. Take out our hammer and let's look at village structures for lighting. Small lampstand, medium lampstand. Ooh, a large lampstand. Planks! Do I have any logs with me? Did I? Darn. All my logs are chopped. we'll drop off some things because right now we have too much stuff in our inventory. Let's see here. Oh, it's getting crowded in here. We can drop off our armor and the villager outfits and the helmet. We have more rot. Finally, we have rot, and we have a lot of it. Good show. That's good news. We have 2 bells. I think it's worth us carrying around the bells for now, because I'm going to go out to a location, and we're going to actually build stuff. It is also worth having this iron on us, because it is going to be time, right now, for us to make better tools. We have string, well, we have straw, which will be our binding material. I might need more clay with what we're about to do. I know we need leather, so that's fine. I'm going to put a few of these in here just so that they're in storage. I don't need to be carrying them around. I do have some of my firewood, which is great because we are going to continue to expand. I do need more rock. That's another thing. Okay. So y'all, I will see you at the other side of the night. What I'm going to do in the night is I'm going to get more rock, and I'm also going to maybe build some improvements that I don't think are terribly exciting for y'all to watch. See you there. Welcome back. I got a little work done on the sake brewery, and also I discovered, well, we discovered last night, that I have plenty of rot in my inventory, so we're going to add rot to this, and every 75 is going to allow us to get a fertilizer bucket. Every 25, so we'll get 3 buckets, and that's going to be great. Now, I did discover something really fun last night. Check this out. Oh, and this will be, I want to show off what the different lampposts look like. I'll do that in the next one. I didn't have enough time in the night to do that. But you'll notice that there's a refugee symbol up here. Well, last night when I was walking over this way, there was also a question mark because there's a refugee just right here directly next to our village. Oh, what better, what more can I ask for? You need a home, and here you are right at our home. Great, tell us your story. Oh, no offense. It's just other people's stories. There's lies. Oh, why don't you come live with us? Let's make it right. Let's have you find a home here, and let's make it right. Alright, now, I don't know if we'll have enough space for you. Oh, we do. We do. There you go, buddy. Now, I don't need to assign jobs just yet. Now, you may be wondering, last time around I definitely did not assign jobs in the night, right? Well, I don't need to at this point in time. Keeping in mind, sorry for the quick switch there, the quick flash and move. Keep in mind that in this particular update, everything happens at the seasons. Sorry, so everything occurs at seasonal change. So I don't really need to care about what they're doing on a daily. I just need to care about what they're doing as the seasons change. I did notice we were very low on arrows, so the next thing we're going to do before we move on is we're going to make ourselves some arrows before we take off on our little road trip. We're going on an overland road trip. Let's go. Do need a few planks before we go, and I gathered up a bunch of stuff to prepare for this journey. It's going to take a little time to craft all the arrows, so while we're doing that, I'll let you know what I did last night, which is I built some steel, and, well, I forged some steel tools, and I want to show you how to do that, since at this point in your dynasty, if you're playing alongside me, then you also, oh, hello, then you also have access to building the steel tatara. So let's go and let's check that out, and I'll show you where it is, and I'll show you how to build it. You probably already figured that out by now, but just for reference for those who are still learning the process and learning the things. Inside my blacksmith, I'm gonna go inside. I have a fancy steel hammer now. And so what you do when you go in here, there's the tatara furnace. Oh, so good. Anyway, so with your hammer out, you right click and you go to furniture, which is lower left, and then you go into, we go on production building furniture, find the smithy, and then in here you will find the tatara. It will cost you clay and stone, 20 clay, 20 stone. But if you've been like me and you did a really massive gathering of clay early on, you're good to go. And if you're like me and you put a general storage in this little room, then you just pull this stuff out and you build your thing and you're done. Okay, what we're going to do next. I have my feathers here. I don't need to carry these with me. I don't need a single rot. We have a lot of things. I have my alarm bell. 2,000. Interesting. I would never sell it because it's not worth it. They can just sell meat, right? I mean, who cares? Alrighty, let's see here. What happened with my hammer? Didn't drop it, right? Oh, and then what I did is, sorry, for crafting-wise, when you go to Blacksmith Anvil, you click on axes. I crafted the masterwork because I had a total of 5 steel by the time I did this. Oh yeah, sorry, so how you get the steel. Charcoal, and iron. Well, we got that iron that we bought from our friend in the other area. Also, what's fun to note is that if you remember, our village used to be, Sosogi used to have these burned down buildings that were all made of charcoal and other assorted goods. Super convenient, because now all of that charcoal became ours. Last night, another thing that I did is I built some of these, I built some buckets, some water buckets over at the carpenter station. I then dropped them in the well, and then I took our massive stacks of fish, if you'll remember, took our raw fish here that we got over the seasonal change. I went over to our cooking pot. I want to let you know how I did all of the things so that if you have any question, you know. I went over the one cooking pot that we have, and I went to making oil with fish. It takes 1 water and 1 fish to make each oil. So we have 50 oil now, which is what we need for the lighthouse. I then went around this entire village with my new fancy steel pickaxe, which, by the way, is fantastic. It takes things out in quick order, and it also has the endurance to stay around for a while. I took our handy sets of stone, and I came into the stonemason station, and I made a lot. I had a stack of 200 plus, and when I was done crafting it, I was down to 130 chisel stone, and luckily I had already done some work on chiseling stone, so we were good to go. Alright, y'all. With that, we have I caught you up to everything I did? I built the steel tatara, made forged steel with the charcoal we had on hand. Really appreciated having this storage area right here for wood, since that's absolutely a big deal. I am sitting here on a bunch of premium coniferous logs. I know that's kind of like a, should I be using that for just small purpose things, but I am going to start us off on our new area. That's the goal right here. Alright, let's bring over our arrows. I think they go, oh good, they go in stacks of 28. Our next step, what we're going to do right now. This will wait. I'm not worried about that. Let's check our map. Segi is here, and that's the temple I want to get to. Here we are, and there's where we need to get to. It's a little longer to go overland. I do see that. Segi is right here. We have to go through a lot of boars. We have to go through a lot of boars regardless. But what I did see on the way is that I can sell things. And last night I bought so many cool stuff with all of our big cash, and let's go this way. I can sell to these people. Now, I'm gonna say, in your playthrough, you play the way you want to. I said that I was imagining that we were this heroic general from the Ikoiki rebellion who's trying to start anew here, right? And trying to really build up that resistance here, since Oda Nobunaga's troops will be barreling down on this area. At least in his mind, they would be coming to get them, since that's what's happening to the rebellion. At this point in history, we are at the point where the rebellion is getting crushed, and that Nobunaga is becoming more successful in his efforts to stop them. Oh, I guess we're not going to be able to get through that area. So I envision this as him frantically trying to find a way to survive and hopefully thrive with the people that he's meeting. Now, that would mean, the reason for the backstory here, of course, is that I'm saying, would he trade with these bandits? No, I would say absolutely not. So I'm fast forwarding my way through here, but I would say as far as my character's storyline is concerned, he would not at all trade with these bandits. He wouldn't want to help fuel their pockets with coin so that they can continue to do what they do to the people. So I'm going to choose not to sell to them, and we'll keep it as the RP aspect. Oh, you poor trader, this is not the place you want to be. I feel bad for you. Too bad I can't convince you to join our village. What I can do is I can sell a bunch of stuff to you. Now we're getting back to our original amount of money. We did the overland trip just because it was convenient and it's not that far. And I was hoping we'd find something along the way. We didn't find exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping to find a refugee just by chance. Oh well. We're going to go over here and we're going to check out the temple that we helped fix. Oh, not the temple, but the bridge. And this is one of the aspects of the game that I love so much, is this idea that you get to actively change the environment. And there we are. The bridge to the Temple of Ryujin. And of course, it's not at a point, I think they'll unlock these later on, where you can get inside. And it's a view. It's a beautiful view. And you can see our village from here. Well, at least you will be able to in time. So let's head back. We have a turn-in to do for this quest. think I'll avoid having my character fall to a premature death. And we'll head this way. Now, looking at the map of Japan, I have definitely found a different area for Sasogi, and I'll put that on a map. And another type of Sasogi, like a Sasogi area. And there was a temple nearby. I remember talking about that in an earlier episode, but I didn't come up on Google Maps the last time I tried pulling it up, so I'll try again. Okay, let's talk to our friend here. First off, make sure my inventory has space. You there. Jume. Alright, how do you feel about the path that's open? Sacred or happy? Both, I think. With Ryujin, you never know if you're on his good side. It's exactly the same as people. Anybody in particular? She's somebody, but she doesn't want to talk about it. I actually take these, I don't want them around the house anymore. Interesting. Alrighty, and that shows us that she's definitely had... She's had a bandit who perhaps there was a love story going on there that went sour. Who knows? But now here we have the recipe for bandit's clothes, which is what we get out of completing that. And we also have some bandit clothes that we can put into our village inventory. I'm choosing to go around the front of here because, well, I'm immune to the cold. And let's see here. Anything interesting here? A lot of rock. Nothing too exciting. Don't think I'm going to easily climb up this part, but we can try. There we go. It might just be fun to see some of the environmental decorations here on the coastline. Jumping. Get it, buddy. You can do this. Alright, up we go, up we go. That island is cool. Now, I like that island. I am not convinced that I'm going to build on it. As you heard last time, there's not a lot of flat terrain. So, it's just what it is. What are you going to do? But it is beautiful. And it is fun. And I might put a temple up there. I think that's where my future is going to be. Now, that does mean that I need a bell up there. So one of my bells will be spent on just making a really simple place. Not a lot of village structures, not a lot of people in it, but a lot of decorations and things like that. Since your bell locations are where you can build. Let's see here. If I try to build a house, I wonder if I can just straight up build in the middle of anywhere I want. Must be near your bell tower. Yep. So you gotta actually be by your tower. So I will end up having to put a tower, or a tower. I'll need to put a bell station up there. Alrighty, there's the lighthouse project. That's part of what we're up to today. That's the goal. I have all of this stone sitting in my inventory. I am ready to turn this in. But also, this is going to be our village. Now, I'm going to choose to build on this side. Oh, a bandit. Well, that's going to start us off right away with a little bit of a concern. Oops, you stopped moving, sir. Get your head. Nope. Let's see here, he should stop soon. Oh, darn it, ran out of stamina. That tells us that we need more food. Oh, this guy. Got you. Now we want you to run straight at us because it makes it so that I can just pummel you with arrows. Oh, good. Sidestep. Clever move. Got some tactics on you. Oops. And I got some inaccuracy on me. Poor guy. Just having to sit there and figure out how long it's going to take him to die from me throwing arrows randomly around him. And all you've got is Gobo? Gobo and a wooden Yari. You are probably a scout. And you... I'm guessing they sent you on that mission because they think really highly of you, friend. Okay, so this will be a decorative area. That I'm not going to change. We'll put some cool stuff out there as like a sitting area and a memorial. This is where we'll start building our village, as I had said already. Okay, now, the bell. So in order to do that, basic structures? No, it is village structures. And... there we go, bell tower. Oh shoot, I was really hoping... there was a time where they had the update set up where you could see the sphere of influence around it. And honestly, I really liked that. So I really appreciated when they had it set up like that. I do want to make sure that I've got enough out so that I can build up to there. But I also want to build back far enough so that I can take advantage of this forest. So I think what we'll do is we'll build here. This is kind of a thing that we aren't going to be able to build with. That little hill there, that little structure placed there. Let's do that. Just because it's simple and effective. And here we are. there we are. Alright, and now I do see that our name is there. We can change that name. For now, what we're going to call this is we're going to call it Seaside. We're just going to call it that temporarily. Oops. Pressing E for accept doesn't really work when you're in your typing part. There we go. 1 day possible until seasonal change is worth noting because if I just want to get these projects done and I don't really want to do any work over the seasons and I just want to say, fast forward mode. That's how you fast forward. And that's kind of handy. I see a camp out over there. You probably do as well. We can head over there and see if there's a refugee, but I'm pretty confident that we're not going to get one since that's always been there. That little structure has just always been. But this one hasn't. So here is a new lean-to, a little hunting camp out, and there's a question mark above it. Fantastic, and that's not a bandit. Perfect. That's a refugee then. Well, we are just striking it in gold this time around. We have got all the refugees here. Our village is going to be quite extensive. Our work is going to be done just fine, which means next episode I am going to talk to you about how to maximize that village production. Okay, that being the case, if you'll notice, I think this is the moment where we're going to say, it's too much. We have too many people. Sasogi's full. That's awesome. That being the case, it's time to move on. It's time to build the second village up. Oh no, and another refugee. Okay, I don't want to waste my time, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hire him on. He will not have a home yet, but he's doing just as well wandering around out here. What brought you here? A common story. Why don't you come live with us? Gladly. Perfect. Alrighty, I do love that they increase the amount of refugees you can find. That's really handy and really convenient. And that's essentially what we're observing right now, is that there are so many more refugees out and around. Y'all, this is going to be awesome, because this project is going to be so much easier to finish now that I have so many workers, and at the same time we're going to be able to max out our production from logs, so I don't have to keep going around and harvesting logs. I will be having multiple woodworking stations. Now, oh shoot, no, actually there's a problem with that. The problem with that, your wood storage is the problem with that. You can only store so many logs in your woodworking storages, and it doesn't matter if you build more. There's just a fixed amount of slots for it in the current version of the game. It's not actually going to be worthwhile for me to do that, because my people will produce so many logs that they won't be able to store them. Look at that. Stone. Oil. Firewood. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited, because this one's new for me. Let's check out that job real quick. Let's just look at it. There it is, 4 for a lighthouse. Dynasty goes up by 2. Requires 4 workers to complete. Are you kidding me? When you say 4 workers to complete, are you telling me only 4? And let's just assign 4 of them and see what it says. Assigned are 4. Seasons to complete is 2. Okay, that's fine. 2 seasons is not long to wait. And that may just be why I will fast forward. Now, this would have been a good area to build. You may be thinking, hey, why don't you just build over here? I mean, what's going on with, why don't you have a village right off from the... Why don't you just put a village right here on the coastline over here by the lighthouse? And that's a good thought. I do like that idea, and it was on my mind, because this expansive area here would work just fine. We would be able to get in on here, and honestly, now that I look at it, I kind of do think that that's not a bad idea. But I like that area over here by the mainland. And part of the reason why is because it's a short walk away from our other special project, which is down here. This is too, though. Obviously, we could definitely have built up here. And maybe I will end up building there. Maybe that is worth re-exploring. Maybe we can take down that bell and just move it, right? Because that's a thing we can do in the game. So, I love the fact that we have forgiveness for making rapid, quick decisions, right? So I appreciate that, because sometimes I make a decision on a thing and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. This is perfect. And then I go, it's really not. It's really actually not perfect. It's not actually where I want it to be. And the reason for coming over here is simply I want to show you the special project that is in our future. This one is a long, long wait. As I recall, this takes a lot of seasons. This is the mother lode. This is that mine. Alrighty. That is the iron ore processing station, and it is worth it. Because it's a part of our storyline, right? Okay, we can do the special project for now. We don't have a bell here, obviously. Now this one, the block by placement is the mother lode itself, so you actually have to go a good distance away before you can actually build your project. And it still counts, even though you're this far away. Here we go. Now, I do think I need to be a little cautious on this. Let's not go any further. Logs and planks. The first thing I would recommend when you start a new village out is you immediately build a wood storage, because you will want somewhere to get access to your logs if you have them. The other thing that you could choose to build first is you could build the woodworking station, whichever one does the most convenient job for you. If you have a lot of logs in your first village, then by all means just build the wood processing station. Or no, sorry, the wood storage station, because then you could just look into it, grab all the resources, and go. Now, if you don't, and you need the planks more than anything, then by all means, I would suggest that you build in your wood processing station, and then you can build the other one, especially if you're carrying a whole bunch of stuff out here. These small trees will make good decorations, is another reason why I think this area will be nice. I have some natural stone that can be used. Obviously, since now we know in the future we'll be able to decorate with stones on our own, that's not as big a deal. But for right now, I don't have a choice. I don't have that option. I'm going to choose to do the wood storage because I know my bell will take me back to my woodworking station. Let's build some buildings. We are thinking storage. And the wood storage, actually, that's a silly thought. I have a better idea. We're going to do our woodworker's hut, aren't we? And we're going to build it somewhere where there's actually wood to work on. We'll build it out by the forest because that would make sense, right? So we'll have it over here. Want it to be here. Now the reason I'm saying this is, you know what, it was silly of me to think. I can just build a storage right on this thing. Now I need more logs. I think Segi being so close to us is a great thing. So this will be the end of the episode shortly. We will just do, I'm going to show you a quick thing here where I'm going to go and I'm going to buy myself some resources, and then we're going to go from there. So fast travel to Segi without having to chop down a bunch of trees, which obviously I'm not a huge fan of. It's extra work and I don't want to do it. And I don't really want to get rid of the environmental decorations at this point. You're a carpenter. Sell me logs. And I just want the logs, and I'll buy the planks. Nah, I don't want... Oh, I got two in a hurry when I was doing stuff. Look at all those planks. Am I willing to pay top dollar for plank? Yes, I'm willing to pay top dollar for plank. Do I want to buy the premium deciduous? Probably not. I can. I mean, watch this. We'll sell 2 meat, and we'll sell all 20 of our meat, and we're ahead in money anyway. You could sell the bandit clothes too if you wanted. Chiseled stone is not worth selling. I would suggest you definitely keep that stuff. So these are 2 of our people. That was the carpenter. There is also a woodworker who we can buy from. Let's see how that is going for us, and then we'll take our bell and run. Ooh, running into the trees. Running into the trees. And you're not the woodworker. You're the hunter trades person. And you there. I see you. Nope, you're Fujichi. I don't need you. You're the carpenter. This is the guy. Yeah. Oh, but he's got good stuff. That's okay. Don't care. Oh, look at that. I could have definitely bought firewood from this person as easily as anything else. Premium coniferous. Nah. Buying sticks at 2 seems silly because those are really easy to get. I do think I'm sitting on a lot of good logs. How much are these? They're 4? Honestly, that's not bad, and it saves me the trouble. Is it inefficient? Yes. Could I have done this another way? Of course, absolutely. But this is saving me from having to chop down a bunch of trees, and that's where I am right now. I'm all about that side of the deal. Less work. Seaside. We'll need a better name for it, obviously. That's the key. So if anybody can think of a Japanese village that is by the coastline that would make sense as kind of like a connection to this, if you want to think about that idea, go for it. I will look into my Ikoiki playthrough and see, well, which one of these villages would I want to do? Which place would I want to rename it? You think about our beginning again. We'll complete this thing. Oh wait, I like changing this one. I prefer this style. So I'm going to modify it. And this is me pressing F to modify that. I don't think you can modify these. Yeah, it says you can change. It says you can modify, but it doesn't actually let you. I'm going to change this to these because I like the look. And you should change it to whatever you want. It does cost more planks and less sticks, which is convenient because I have less sticks and more planks. But it's not really for that reason. I did it because I just like how it looks. We'll gather some bushes here. Get some of this stuff up in there and going. Perfect. And again, we'll get this thing finished up, and then the reason why I said, why am I being silly? Why would I think that I need a wood storage? I don't need to build that whole building, is because I can just build a wood storage using the furniture crafting. I mean, my goodness, let's just do that. It's so much easier. Stone's going to be the way we got to go, and stone's going to be the thing that slows us down. But it's okay, because I got a pickaxe. And I see some stones on a hill. Well, actually, we can leave those there. They look fine. Wouldn't be bad to pick up just some of the stones on the ground, because they come back every season. Let's finish this thing up. Nice that it doesn't require bamboo, because unfortunately this area has no bamboo. And there we go, one log and a bunch of planks later, we are done with our building. No, I lied. Sorry to lie to you. Bumpity bump, 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 bump. Now we're done with our building, correct? Yes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to furniture. We're going to go to Dynasty storage. We're going to go to wood storage. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to build a nice little wood storage. I wonder if you can do that as a furniture thing in the village. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, well, anyway. Let's get back to furniture again. My bad. There we go. Wood storage. Now, I obviously don't want it to get in the way of me walking. So let's rotate you. And there. Look at that. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And while we're at it, let's get ourselves our general storage. Rotate that bad boy. Oh, fit you right there. Oh, sticks. Oh, dear. Well, that's a curable thing. That's a solvable problem, a curable issue. And that's going to get us a start on our new village. How convenient is that? I can move this thing. Let's see, can I actually move it anywhere that's convenient? Yes, I could move it so that everything is right here. No, I can't actually. Let's move it there temporarily. And then I want to see if I can just put it all the way back in here. Let's see here. Do I have to get up on the table to do this? It looks like that's all the further we can go. Cool. That's nice. And it's just kind of nestled in there. So we have access to a general storage because this is where all of our major items are that we can use for building, like stone, clay, and leather. And we can also access our wood storage because now I need access to bamboo for a lot of the structures I'm going to build. And now I can actually put these logs in here and say, I don't want to waste these. I happen to like the look of the premium conifer for planking. And so from here, it's time to begin. Interesting. This little lowland area, I'm probably going to build a fence around because boars, things like that. But we'll put a fence around there for our woodworkers to walk in and out of. It's time to consider where our homes will be in this area. And then it's just time to make it. Thank you for joining me here today, and thank you for being a part of this whole playthrough before we get out of early access. And welcome to the new village. Take care until we meet again.